Hey everybody, we're talking today about methylene blue and what this can help for in terms of chronic disease, as well as what to be aware of and how you can get yourself in trouble if you do not use methylene blue correctly. So one of my favorite mechanisms of how methylene blue works is by helping the mitochondria work. Now, when we see situations such as Lyme, other chronic infections, as well as toxins, many of these situations actually cause a lowering of something called VEGF. VEGF stands for vasoendothelial growth factor, and I'm going to relate this back to methylene blue, I promise. But when we have a lowering of VEGF that a lot of chronic diseases can create, one of the things that can happen is our tissues become less oxygenated, because VEGF's job is to help us grow new blood vessels. And without the stimulation from VEGF, we can have a decline in our micro blood vessel growth and therefore a decline in the ability of the body to safely and effectively oxygenate the cells. When the cells don't have oxygen, they don't have energy, they do not work correctly, and this can cause problems all over the body, and in some areas it can cause cells to even die. So methylene blue can help with the blood flow, it can help with the mitochondria and the oxygenation of the cells, so it allows our cells to heal. It is very common that when we treat things like Lyme disease, other chronic infections, as well as mold toxins and other toxin buildup in the body, that the body is just not working as well, right? That the body is just not performing on a cellular level as well. And so when we clean up those things, we get rid of the Lyme, we get rid of the toxins, we get rid of the other infections. This is great, but so many people have this post-Lyme, this post-mold type of syndrome. And what is often happening is in these scenarios is we have not cleaned up the body from this. I do talk about this in my book, so if you haven't bought that yet, I will give you a link in the information to get that on Amazon. But in the meantime, it is a really important thing to understand that we have to clean up the damage that these things have left behind. That could be helping with mitochondrial repair, it could be helping the thyroid repair, helping the adrenals repair, helping lower inflammation, helping the gut and the microbiome. All of these areas can be affected in many situations by things like Lyme disease and mold illness. So methylene blue can be a very, very helpful therapy. I've seen situations where people start to think clear, where their energy comes back, where their brain fog goes away. So there's definitely clinical evidence I've seen in this particular substance helping. It is a compounded pharmaceutical agent, so you will need a prescription. The most important thing to realize is there is a genetic abnormality called a G6PD deficiency. If you have this abnormality, you are not safe to take methylene blue. It could actually lead to a lot of problems. You could wind up in the hospital from it. I have seen and tested quite a few people for this. I've seen this deficiency only twice in my medical practice. It is a fairly rare thing, but it does come up. It comes up enough where it is important to test for, so you can take this with more safety. So if you are asking your doctor about this, make sure you ask them to get you tested for G6PD. Now, that's one of the most crucial things to know. Then I find that dosing for that, sometimes people go all the way up to about 50 milligrams a day of methylene blue. I find that some people get their best results on 5 milligrams a day. So oftentimes, and again, work with your doctor, but oftentimes I have found in my clinical practice that starting at 5 milligrams a day and working up from there is where most patients see the best results. So I would definitely consider that, again, talking to your doctor and considering all of this. But I do see for many people, methylene blue is a very, very useful adjunct to therapies they are already doing. Okay, everybody, I hope this has helped you. Please do subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming things that I am talking about, and I'll see you soon.